everyone, Kimberly Crawford here for Paper Tray Ink, and I'm so excited to introduce two new products from my Sincerely Yours line, Bold Basic Stamp Set and Color Block Stencils. Let me show you the start of all the fun possibilities.
Here we have Color Block Stencils. There are 5 stencils in the pack, and then we also have Bold Basic Stamp Set. And let's talk about the Color Block Stencils first. Just like building blocks when you were a kid and you love to build with those, these are building blocks to make some really great and gorgeous cards. So I want to show you all the different designs in here. The nice part about these stencils is you can move them around and flip and flop and just use edges. And these are really versatile, and so I just love all the different shapes. And you can also mix and match the stencils with each other as well, and that's the part that I like. You can go from basic to use them as is, or you can mix and match and make them incredibly creative. One of the things that I did when I designed these is I wanted to make them really easy to use. And I wanted them to be really simple because I love the look of color blocking, but you know, sometimes it's too much to think about and I just want to make a great quick card. So as you can see, all the stencils are designed to do this. So when you place them over an A2, which is a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch piece of cardstock, they perfectly line up, making it really easy for you to make a background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some low-tack tape here to hold things in place while I go ahead and add some ink. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to ink through these. There's a lot of extra space here on the edges so that you have a place to hold this down. One of the things that I don't like about other stencils is you don't have a spot to hold on to them. And I wanted to make sure that these edges were thicker so that you had a spot to put them. I'm going to go ahead and apply some ink through my openings. One tip I want to share with you about applying ink is make sure that when you use one of these foam ink applicators for your ink, make sure that it's fully loaded with ink. It makes it a lot easier to get even color and even coverage. And there I have one part of my background already completed. Simply and easy. And then here is the other part of my background. One thing I like to do with my stencils is I like to make sure that I can lift one side up to check and make sure that I've inked all the way through. So I always leave one side taped and one that I can lift up, and we can already see our background. The other nice thing about these stencils is they come clean really quickly and easily. All I have to do is take a baby wipe, wipe them off in a paper towel, and it's ready to go. Now what I thought I'd do is I'd show you how easy it is to flip this stencil over and make a really cool background. So I've just simply flipped it around, and we're going to hold this down on the other ends with our tape again. Place it over the top because it fits easily. And let's grab another color of ink. We'll just grab a color real quick here. We'll do a yellow so you can see. And again, just gonna go ahead and apply ink and ink through our stencil. I like where it meets because you get a different color of ink, which is pretty cool. So you kind of get another look you weren't expecting. All right, and then I'll lift up my side and make sure I got inked all the way through, and I did. And now we have this really great background quickly and easily, and I love the way that looks. So I want to show you a few examples of some cards using some of the inking background here. Now here we just layered 2 backgrounds together. Here we just did a unique layering shape. And I really like this one here that I want to talk about. For this card here, I took the large diamond image that's in Bold Basics and lined up a stencil around the outside. And so here's that diamond shape from Bold Basics that I stamped. And I stuck a stencil in here and just lined it up with the edges and used that to create that interesting background. So by combining Bold Basics with color blocks, you've got a whole lot of possibilities. So while we're talking about Bold Basics, let me show you a few more card examples here. I really like this one. I did that same flip technique, but along the edge I added some gold leafing and stamped that sentiment. On this one, Again, I created a background, but used the diamond with it. The other thing I wanted to point out that I love about Bold Basics is that all these sentiments fit inside the diamond so that you can use that to focus and add highlight. The other stamp that I really like in Bold Basics is this stripe here. And I love that you can stamp and heat emboss it like I did there, or just stamp and add an interesting stripe element there as well. The other part I like about this, while this makes a beautiful card on its own, I love that using the shapes and images that you get from color blocks is that you can use it to build up elements on your card. So you can create some really cool backgrounds and then have some great places to put some focal points on your card. Another cool thing you can do with them is you can also stamp through or stamp over the backgrounds that you create with your stencils. So there we go, we have a look at Bold Basics and the Color Block Stencils. These are a fun product to use together. You can make some amazing quick cards, and I know that they are going to be heartfelt and handmade and just absolutely make somebody's day. Have fun creating.